Selamat petang semua. Good evening. Welcome back to Devil's Den episode 8. Okay guys, I guess good week. As all the fans on Cloud-9, I assume. Okay, before I start off, to those who are watching, I need a favor. But before I do the favor, let me get Mr. United into the show first. Mr. United is here.
Hello, Vinod. Hello, guys.
How are you feeling this week?
Pumped up, all Cloud-9 up.
Are you sure? Did you check your BP and everything? Make sure that the heart is still working fine.
BP went up by 9.
That is a fantastic thing. Okay, do you think you want to call the panels in first, or should we get? I think we call the panels in first.
No, I'll give you a small message. It's called please like, subscribe, and follow us on FB, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter for more every other shows we have offered to you.
Okay. Before that, I think I need a favor to all that's viewing us. Can you all just hit the subscribe button and the share button and comment the show. Follow us, guys. Need all to be pumped up today. So let me bring in one by one. I think we need to bring every movie we have on Halloween, right? So we need to bring in our Asin of the show, right, first?
Yes.
Yes. So here we have Asin of United.
Yay! Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Very well. Very pumped up.
Very happy. I see. Oh, pumped up. Double pumped up. I hear pumped up 1. I hear pumped up 2. Let's see if we're going to pump up more people into the show or not. Next up, Kabinesh. Mr. Kabinesh, nice
Hello.
to have you again for the second time. Welcome back.
Hi, Vinod. Hi, Vinod. Thanks a lot. All pumped up.
Pumped up 3.0. Last but not least, we have Jeevan here, who actually came on in our Shades of Late show. Nice to have you back, mate.
Thank you so much, Vinod, and thank you. Nice to be back on the show. I am pumped up, geared up, looking forward to another 9 goals, maybe today, or maybe 5 more goals. Let's see. Let's see what's going to happen today. It's going to be a big day, another big game.
Yes, sadly, viewers, I couldn't bring in 9 speakers today, so we have 4 of them. Hopefully, they give you the whole 9 enjoyment that you all had over the weekend and over the weekdays. But having said that, I think today is February 6th. We all know what it's about. Maybe we let Dinesh to take it up first.
A tribute.
Yep. Maybe we pay a 1-minute silence to the Basti Babes for what has happened. For what they have given to us.
Okay, guys. That was a very meaningful tribute to the great team, which is not around right now. So again, it was a memorable moment watching all their tributes over the last many decades. Every morning I was watching it, and it was amazing. Duncan Edwards and a lot of great players we lost, but we got Matt Busby to bring back the team, and today we are here because of his hard work. So thank you, Matt Busby and gang up there. So yep.
That's a very nice tribute by Dinesh. Yes, Sir Matt Busby there. But I think, Dinesh, we also need to pay tribute to Liverpool.
They helped us. They actually helped
Yes.
us at the time when we came back. We didn't have players to finish the league, and they actually offered players to help us out to finish the league. So rivalry aside, the
That's
fellowship.
football. Yes, I mean,
That's the only time we can actually say about it. Huh? So other than that, they're still our rivals. But that particular moment, they were there for us. So
regardless,
again,
rivalry
actually a
or what,
message to
but
all, but it's a message to all fans.
yes.
Football is just a banter show. It's nothing personal. Like how the both clubs exhibited that back then. So we also as fans should do that. Keep the banters low and keep the brotherhood intact.
Yeah, very well said, Dinesh. I mean, let's run through some comments. Dave, thanks for watching the show, mate. Gone but not forgotten. You know what, Cologne. Well said. And it's coming. Oh, we have Pua. Thanks for watching the show. I hope you are smiling. Gone but not forgotten. Flowers of Manchester. You know what, Cologne. Yes. It was fantastic. I mean, does anyone else want to pass their tributes? Jivan, Kabi,
Yes,
or
myself.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. One of the greatest teams that was there in Manchester. I think they were one of the best team, and Dinesh said it rightly. Matt Busby brought the whole thing forward for us in Manchester, and I would like to send my heartfelt condolences to everyone in that team, right? Who is no more around, but they were totally committed to the cause, and they were one hell of a team. So my condolences to the entire team that is no more around.
Yeah, and me too. I think what happened subsequent to that mini air crash was remarkable, and that laid the foundation to what United is today. I mean, Sir Matt Busby, could have just given up hope, but he came back, and then he, within the next decade, he got us the Champions League, right? He won the
Yes.
Champions League. So that is so remarkable, and I think little did they know at that point of time that was going to be the cornerstone, the foundation for the history of the club, and we are so proud of it.
Well said, Kabi. I mean, yes. I mean, the cornerstone, the foundation, the attitude. I think that's where the roll of the dice started. The never give up. I mean, we will keep going. We will keep fighting to the last minute, to the last breath. It started a remarkable journey, and everything happens for a reason. That's what I believe. I mean, fantastic guys, but they set the foundation for us.
And there's this video on sorry, there's this video on YouTube where he was around when Fergie won the first title in 1992. So that's amazing. That was really good. I felt that after he left, I think it was sometime before United won again. And thank God it happened when he was still around.
But there's another video I saw, and geeks and the class of 92 when they broke into the first team, and they will say, you walk past Ferguson room, you'll be chit-chatting very loudly, and then when you pass by Sir Matt Busby's room, they'll be all pin drop silent. And they just walk past like that. The it's not a fear, it's the amount of respect they have for Sir Matt.
Yeah.
So that was a good show I also watched on YouTube.
He has achieved a amount of respect. I mean, those are legends that will always remain, that can't be replaced. Those figures are life-foot figures. Okay, guys. I mean, Selena, do you have anything to say? Or
no, I think the other speakers already sum me up. I think if there's only one thing, I just wanted to, I wanted to say that maybe I agree with you. The winning mentality, that that thinking about the the spirit of coming back and all that. That's something that we have to put a hats off on him. Yeah.
That's well said. I mean, we hope today it's the anniversary. Hopefully things gets much more better for the season. But mentioning getting much more better, 2 games over the week, 1 draw, 1 win, 9 goals scored, 2 clean sheet. I can see has pumped up everybody. So maybe we do things. What went right in the Arsenal game and what went wrong? I think what went wrong on the Arsenal game and what went right on the Southampton game, right? Maybe we leave it to Kabi to take you out first. How we went from 0 to 9.
Yeah. Thanks, Vinod. Thanks a lot. Actually, I think before the Arsenal game, most of us probably know how Ole will set up. It's not to lose, and that's exactly what he has done this season for the games against the big six, right? The so-called traditional big six. Big six.
Mm.
But when the game is going on, of course, the first half, I think it was a very different game because I think we had very good chances. We were in control of the ball and in possession, and I thought, okay lah, that's it. You're gonna go. This is it lah. Let's go for a win and break the thing of not winning against the top six this season. But then when it came to the second half, I don't know what happened. These guys, they just took it a bit. Probably they just went down a gear, and then, or rather, Arsenal stepped up. So for me, it was a disappointing draw. I think it could have been 3 points in the bag, but nevertheless, like you said, it was a clean sheet. And what I like about them is, besides that, the time where we lost back-to-back games against Istanbul and also Arsenal, right? We have not lost a back-to-back game ever since. So I like that part of United. They've been consistent since then. So no choice lah. We just have to take a draw, but definitely a disappointing draw.
Okay. Jiwan, what about you? Kabi is mentioned as a disappointing draw. Did you see, was it a disappointing game for you, or it was a positive thing going away and getting a point?
No, I think it was totally a disappointing. I agree with Kabi because you know what? Our finishing just let us down the day. We had a lot of chances. There were chances that Cavani should have let the ball go for Martial, and there was chances where Rashford should have pushed the ball to Cavani. All kind of things that could have happened in that game. And I think the finishing was bad, and there were a lot of selfish moments in that game, which I'm a bit disappointed about because I think we had that game in our back and we should have taken the 3 points. It was a total waste. Not taking away anything from Arsenal, but we had that game. We really missed a lot of opportunities. We played well, and I agree that it was no more back-to-back losses. We showed up in that game, but we had really bad finishing, and it's not something that at this point of time you need. And we need to step up among the so-called traditional six, the top 6 teams. We have not taken 3 points from any of them so far this season, and I don't think that's looking good. So we really need to step up there.
Interesting insight. Dinesh, given I said step up, it's a keyword here, step up game. But then, if you know Ole does not prefers to play the step out game against the big six. That means he either sits back, get the 1 point, and go and nick up the 3 points from the lesser 13 clubs. So do you think that it was a poor result too? Or you think that was a splendid result going on to against an informed Arsenal team and nicking away a point there?
Okay, personally, I feel a draw is what we deserve because, like what Kabi and Jeevan said, we did not take our chances. More so when McTominay had to be replaced, and I was a bit amazed that Martial came in. Reason being is because I would rather have Van de Beek at that position so that Pogba don't have a drop down. Pogba would have played in his position, and Van de Beek would have done the McTominay job. Bringing Martial inside made Pogba to drop, and Bruno was having an off day that particular game. I think at the first 10-20 minutes we could see that Bruno was not on his best game. We were also lucky because Lacazette hit the post, the free kick. You guys forgot that he hit the post. So, and also Rashford, I don't know what was he doing. He's doing some Joga Bonito advertisement bloopers or something like that, and he was just messing up in front of the goal. It's just a simple tap it, and you're doing some Bonito styles and all that. But okay, come back to your question, Vinod. Against the big six last season, we were quite respectable compared to this season. Especially against Man City, we were running them around last season. So this season, I don't know what is the whole idea or thought here because we had this record where we do well against the big six, or we do a decent game against the big six, and then we kind of fumble with the other teams. So this year around, it's the other way around. We are actually gaining points on the rest of them, and we are not getting sufficient points from the big six. But personally, I feel I don't mind. I don't mind that because the big six do not determine our season. Okay.
You mean the new big six or the old big six?
I mean, I don't know what's the big six right now because Arsenal looks like the big ten.
Traditional big six lah.
The traditional
big
big
six, yeah,
six,
that's the word.
but it's the more like outgoing traditional big six because a few of them are just trying to be the top of the table. Like Chelsea and Arsenal really fell quite far behind. But again, I think it was a well-deserved draw because we did not turn up full-headedly for that game. And especially like what Jeevan said, Cavani and Martial, I think they hardly have some language barriers, I guess, because I think the one guy is telling, "Let go, I'm going to shoot," and one guy said, "No, don't think about it." So I think they got to be synchronized. And the other thing is Rashford. I mean, that guy is a very mysterious character because a lot of times he turns up, and there are times where he should turn up, and he goes missing in action. You just got to start finding where is he. So he has to be more consistent to even think of going to the Mbappe level. Because they
Rashford.
always compare Rashford and Mbappe.
Yeah, I mean,
But
there are some
Mbappe-
comments from the viewers on Rashford too. I mean, for example, from Jeevan. Jeevan, thanks for watching the show. There was a clear-cut goal scoring. Chance only Rashford committed to the ball little early. Then he goes on to say Rashford was poor in that game.
Yeah, I mean, he was poor. In from my point of view, he was poor. He didn't turn up, and Ole
But
got it.
are we expecting too much from a 24, 23-year-old?
No, you see,
No.
no, I deny that because you see, Mbappe, he was a World Cup winner, leading his country in the World Cup finals, and
Okay.
he is just the same age bracket with Rashford. So if Mbappe could do it, and Rashford
But
is
Mbappe's form has dropped tremendously since the World Cup final.
okay. No, I agree with
you
that.
go by your means like the French league, he is not bringing PSG. PSG suffered a defeat few days ago against Lorient.
No, I totally agree. But you see, Mbappe has hit the point. Hit the point with his national team, and he has won something. But Rashford here, he is the pride of England, I would say. Right now, he's the pride of England. He's the main man for England, along with Harry Kane. So if you're going to strive on the big stage, you first got to be the main man for your club. And he is supposedly the main man in the club. So, I mean, if you want to be called world class, like what I mentioned a couple of shows ago, there's only two world class players. There's Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. So all the other players are good and great players. That's about it. So if Rashford wants to take knuckleballs like Ronaldo, you got to do it every time and be a top goal scorer like Ronaldo. It's
Yeah,
no point imitating that.
Yeah, Dinesh, I think what is really missing, and what I feel is consistency, right? We are not having that consistency at the attacking. Let's say one moment is 0-0 and one moment is 9-0. Of course, we can say that they were playing with 10 men or whatever, but we did not have consistency in the front three, right? Goals were not being banged left, right, and center like how it used to be done by the Liverpool team, right? When you take about Mane, Salah, and Firmino, they were banging goals left, right, and center. Either one of them were getting goals, but this is not happening between the three of them.
But
So
why are we
that's
putting much pressure on the front three when it's a collective football game? Means, if your front three is not scoring, shouldn't the midfield step up?
Yeah, it should. But they are strikers. They are the one who are supposed to be scoring the goals, right? Of course, your midfield should step up, right? And totally agree with Dinesh. Bruno didn't turn up on the Arsenal game at all. He was not even there, right? And then when it comes to Southampton game, it's totally different, right? It's just 3 days apart, and suddenly everything changes just like that. So it's the part where that if you're not going to have the consistency, you're going to get hit somewhere, and some team is going to come for you, right? Same thing happened to Sheffield United, right? We didn't have the consistency. All of a sudden, the whole team didn't turn up. So, that's where I think
I agree with Jiva. The front three is the one who's killing the game actually, because you have many chances, but your finishing is really poor. It's not only for Southampton. Even if you see Sheffield, everything also most of the game, the front three was the most disappointing match, especially for the games against Arsenal. So because you see, you could have taken the chances. Arsenal is not playing with their key players. There is no Abu Mayang, there is no Zaka and all that. You could have taken the chances. We could have actually go and nick it a win, But then, like how all the other speakers were saying, the finishing was poor.
Okay, finishing was poor.
That's why you see, if you see this draw, we had a few 0-0 draw throughout the season, right? Against Liverpool, against Chelsea, against I think was it against another team also,
It's
right?
against
So
the
these are the
traditional big
traditional
City.
Big Six, right? But you see the other games where we had a 0-0 draw, probably it was a very boring draw. Even against Liverpool, I only can remember we had 2 good chances, but besides that, it was just cancelling them out and all that. But this 0-0 draw was not like the other 0-0 draw because this one we had good chances. So I will not want to blame Solskjaer for this because I think he managed the game well. Like Dinish was saying, why he brought in Martial and not Van de Beek. I think he took some time before he took out McTominay. McTominay was injured much earlier, but at that point of time, United were having the better share of the possession. I think we were almost 60 or above 60. So he realized, okay, it's better being a striker because we're already in control of the game rather than a midfielder. Go after them. But I think this is a game where the players, they did not step up. The players disappointed us on that day. I think it was not the coaching staff. I think, yeah.
But Kavin, sorry to differ on that one point, right? That you said it's not on Ole's. I mean, what mistake, right? Is what you're trying to say, right? I agree, it's not 100%, but I think his substitutions and his substitution timing is also play a vital role on this. I mean, okay, like what you said, right? You wanted to bring Martial, okay, but Martial is not stepping up and all that, and then he's not stepping up. You should have bring in Greenwood much more earlier, not 10 minutes before the game end. You can't see any changes much on that particular time, because you can expect something.
Solskjaer needed only 5 minutes to make changes. Why couldn't he expect the same from his players?
That's why I say that okay, I understand the players should have stepped up, but again, I think manager play the roles as well. I mean, mistake of getting substitutions is one thing. Getting Martial in, for me also, I think I was frustrated because I think Van de Beek deserved more, in my opinion. But he wanted to go on attacking, but he could have bring in Greenwood. But even if he insists on bringing Martial, is okay. But then the second half, you already seen it's not much of impact on Martial. So you wanted to bring someone in, you wanted to take out Martial, you should have done it much more earlier. Maybe we can see some changes. Yeah, only that.
Agreed. I think that the substitutions at the end were quite
subs. Yes. I think we have quite a number of viewers going on now. Let's run through the comments. But before that, to those who are watching, I just want your thanks for watching the show. And those who are watching from YouTube, please like and subscribe us and hit on the bell button. And those from Facebook, please share, like our page, and do comment and send in whatever your thoughts are. If you guys think the panels are giving some other thoughts, hit in your comments and let them address it. Let's run through. Let's see what we have from the comment section on this game. Dave. Well, what do you mean by Big Six? There's now Big Nine. Yes, it's all Cloud-9 now. Dave. Jivan. It's not about expecting, but players just got to step up and make do with the resources we have. To be in second table is an amazing fit with quality we have at certain positions. Yes. Dinish, for you, I think time to step up ahead of Martial or Marcus.
If you ask me, if you want to compare Marcus or Martial, Marcus is halfway through there. Martial is halfway backwards. Martial.
I mean, we will come to the Martial part there. I think you cannot be very sabas. Wait. We will come to the Southampton game for you to go on a Martial. Okay. And in time, Jose will bring the right quality at every position, put United in a high level and feared team like what Klopp did to Liverpool in 5 years' time. Let's hope it depends on top. Oh, we have an interesting comment from Shashi, thanks for watching. Arsenal should have won the game, controlled the game better, but United had one better and very clear chance.
Can I take that?
Yeah, you can.
Should have won the game is one thing, and winning the game is one more thing. Because I could have said we should have won the Champions League twice, but we didn't win it. So it's simple. Arsenal have to just man up and say, we played a boring game. They played an equally boring game. So we just wasted millions of people watching the show. Move on. That game is null and void. It's not about who control the game. For me, if you ask me, it's not about who control the game, because you can have 99-1 possession, but if you don't take your chances, then it's just like playing FIFA without knowing how to score the goal. At
the end of the day, it's the 3 points. Yeah. End of the day, it's the 3 points. You can control the game all night. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Okay, end of the day is 3 points. I mean, yes, that's what Dave mentioned. Dave menang pun komplain, kalah pun komplain, apa lagi mereka mau. Itulah pasal. But yes, talking about 3 points, I mean, Selena, you mentioned Ole did not do the right substitutions. Kabdish mentioned players did not step up. So what changed in 3 days' time? How come Ole got it right, and how come the players step up? They got some insightful Cloud-9 from somewhere to hit the 9 goals.
Everybody mandi bunga. If I just let me just give you an opinion of mine. You see, the game against Southampton, let's not also get carried away, because the second or third minute red card changed the whole outlook of the game. Yes, because we wouldn't have known what could have been the final score if it was 11-11, because an early red card to any team will bring the the confidence level to all-time low, and great teams will actually go through it. So United had the same incident where we had a first half red card against Tottenham, and then a lot of things happened, but we lost 6-1 in a decent scoreline, if you ask me, compared to 9-0.
But I mean, I don't think so. It's so decent, Dinesh. If you compare minutes on pitch against the red card, it's still 1 minute per 10 minutes, 1 goal per 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Probably
around
the
that.
same.
Yeah, around that. But I feel the early red card was, it was a sucker punch to Southampton, because they never recovered, and also playing at Old Trafford where the players are all pumped up, and I think the critics were very hard on them, especially against Arsenal, the performance, right? So the critics were hard, and I think they came up all guns blazing. It made it easier when they were 10 men down, of eventually it was 9 men. But the good part here was amazing for me was the first half we scored 4 and they were 0. So I was actually expecting United to just sit back and just entertain football, maybe score a goal or 2. But the second half we went all guns blazing again, and we scored 5 more. Knowing United of the days, I wouldn't expect that. So it was a clear intention. We're going for the kill. We want to get back the goal difference, and also we wanted to be with the top teams again. So that part I kind of applaud the team. They took the game seriously for 90 minutes. If I were to come to the second red card, I think that was total injustice to Bednarek, because that was definitely not a red card. And apparently Marshall actually spoke to Bednarek during the game and told there was not a foul even. Apparently there was
no question.
Martial did Oscar drive, and I don't know. Seriously, I don't understand why was it a penalty, because I'm a United fan. It's not anything against Martial, but let's be fair. That's not a penalty. The defender was avoiding him, and he was running and making use of the little contact. Even Gallagher, the former referee, actually spoke on Sky Sports and said that was not a penalty. That was not a penalty. So for me, I feel like the referee was a bit harsh. They already kind of stepped on a wounded tiger on the neck and killed it again. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, Dinesh, you know what? Totally agree. The part that is said was they did a VAR review on top of it.
Yes.
And it was a multiple review. They were looking at that screen again and again and again. And I don't know how the referee can give that a penalty. My God, it was just totally unbelievable. Yeah, it was an Oscar. I understood Marshall made use of the situation, right? And thank God they removed the red card already for Bednarek. So he's available to play. He's available. Yeah, there was justice done, right? But I was just saying earlier, right? We were 6-0 when that red card when the red card. We scored 3 more goals after that. That's really bad. Right?
Yeah, nice. Well said by Jiva and Dinesh. Kavinesh, there is a comment here, but I want you to have a look on that. Joel. Hey, Joel, thanks for watching, mate. It's good to... we need you back on the show. Let me know when you can come back. Arsenal game was a disaster class for both clubs. Saints game, red card helped us. Else it'd be another Saint Men's episode. It's fine not winning against any big six. What matters, we have tuned up for games against the rest of the club. 3 points matters from now till the end. Do you think so?
Yeah, I think the last point there is absolutely right. The 3 points, that really matters most. But I think the one against Southampton. See, like what Dinesh was saying, don't get carried away. I think that's very true, because you see, Southampton did not have almost 9 first-team players.
But many people will get carried away with the scoreline. But today we are not to get carried away.
Yeah, I know. I think what we should be very happy with is our team did not sit back and not they did not stop at 4-0. They went all on, and it tremendously improved our goal difference. See, before this, I think we were still the team that has scored the most number of goals in the league before the Southampton game, but our goal difference was really bad. And I think all our previous wins have always been one margin by a one margin goal and all that. So it was really refreshing to see that the team actually went on to score 9. I think a lot of positive points. Sorry, Dinesh, but Martial scored 2 goals. Marcel scored a brace. That was really good. I think Greenwood put on a magnificent show for the fact that he did not score. I think that was the only missing piece in that whole game on that day. I think the fullbacks were tremendous. Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw were really good. I think the first time I've seen Aaron Wan-Bissaka really going up and being very very dangerous, in the opponent's D box. So I think there were a lot of positives. And what I like about the team is they were very professional. That in their celebrations were very professional. They knew that they shouldn't overdo it. And also the post-match reactions also spot on. I think none of them seemed to get carried away. And it's a good. I think it's a good momentum they have built after the disappointment against Sheffield and also against Arsenal.
I mean, yes, but I want to throw something, Selina. Selina, remember earlier Dinesh mentioned that it was a dive for Marshall, and even Marshall mentioned that it should not be a penalty. He told to Bennett. But okay, it's just hearsays or what, but assuming if that was true, why couldn't Bruno pull a Paulo Di Canio stunt? Why did he had to score the penalty? I mean, let's be fair. After the game, everyone is jumping, mentioning that it's not a penalty. United players will agree it's not a penalty. But in football, it's about being fair play. We go out and promote fair play. We say it has to be fair. Instead of putting the blames, it's very easy to come out and talk about the officials. Officials' mistake, yes, the officials' mistake. But why could not United play their part in ensuring that was an official mistake? Bruno could have just passed the ball back to the goalkeeper. That would have been a talk of the century, I assume, a talk of the day. But why we didn't do that?
Yeah, but I think when it comes to this, it's a bit sensitive to comment, I believe, in my perspective, because I think at the end of the day, probably players just wanted to just follow whatever officials has been, because again, like how Jivan was saying, the review has been done and all that. So maybe if in case, probably some of the players, even including Bruno, who have not seen whether it's a clear dive or something, if he have not seen or he has not positioned to protest for it or something, it could be their own. Because I think for them, as much as the referee, because you have to give referee the respect, so the referee has given the decision as such, so you have to go and continue to do continue to whatever decision is made for them, So I think if the right person to protest about it or to go further is definitely their players. If you want to protest harder, you wanted to push anyone, to probably be them instead of us. And I think for us to do this, maybe.
So even though we know that the decision is wrong, we should just go on and accept it. Joel has come out and said, why would fair play is needed when we have technology? Hence, why was brought in.
Correct. Because the law has been reviewed many times. Rather than asking why our player, why are we not questioning the technology, the war technology again and again?
Let's not talk about technology. I feel that yes, our players are individual. Individuals makes up the game. Football, end of the day, is football. Referee, if it was led by an example, means the players did not do it. Wouldn't it be a good message? Or we should just move on, assume VAR, put the blame on VAR, but why we could not advocate it? Why we could not advocate fair play?
No,
are we being hypocrites then? By we claiming that it's fair play, but we are not trying to advocate it?
No, Vinod, I think it's two different stories. Let's get this into perspective. We are all not sure whether Bruno knew about it or not. Firstly, right? We don't know whether did Marshall go and tell him, hey, listen, it's not a penalty. So nothing was mentioned. On top of it, Paulo Di Canio's situation was totally different compared to what Bruno had. It's a penalty. Simple as that. Referee has awarded a penalty. That's about it. Okay? Understood, there could be, as we said earlier, VAR made a mistake, there was a review, but it's a penalty. So we, as the professional players, have to just make sure they end up finishing that penalty. That's it. So he did his part as a player. We really don't know whether Marshall spoke to him. Did Marshall tell him yes or no? It's all about speculation. So I think Bruno just did his part in, scoring the goal. So I don't blame Bruno for doing that. I think, he needs to do. He needs to build his own confidence.
Just to humor that also, right? At least you will not disappoint all the fantasy players also, if Bruno did not
exactly. Exactly.
Vinod, actually, even VAR is not to be, VAR is not a mistake here. What? It's the referee. The referee was given the opportunity to go onto the screen
to review,
and see what has happened.
To review again.
So, exactly, it's just there. So Martial, very simple. Nowadays, not only Martial, I'm very sure even Liverpool players as well. You're told that the slightest touch by a defender just go down. All right, the slightest touch, and then let's just see whether we get a penalty or not. I think it's just across all teams that we see these days. Players go down very easily. It's not just United, right?
Okay, that's a very interesting part. I mean, the comment section also has been buzzing due to that. Let's just quickly run it out. Sinas goes on, not every player is Paulo Di Canio. Then he goes on again. How the referee gave the penalty. Digimo controls the preliminary outcome. Spot fixing on the rise. Whoa, that's sensitive one, Sena. The funny thing is, the preliminary FA gets away within dot right. It's mad. I mean, very true. I do not know how they are getting away with it, despite. Yes, they pull back Benedict's red card, but it raises a lot more questions. Because the goal difference and everything will be affected. Just say they get relegated due to goal difference. It's going to cause. It'll be a huge question mark then. Yes, you said Serena. G1 is going on. He scored to help the fantasy points. Thank you, Bruno. I know Dinesh is happy with it. Well, it is far. Sena goes back. Come on, everyone. Football is played by players. Outcome should be from players, not the refs. If players don't step up in such moments and do the right thing, football fair play is that. I do second with that. Shade, thanks for watching, mate. He's also one of the fellow hosts in Napshop Studios. Okay, Norman Ablo, United got sportsmanship. He could have given Anthony Martial his hat-trick. Very good captain material.
Can I answer that? You see, if Bruno is going to give Anthony Martial the penalty, you know what's going to happen? Anthony Martial will go MIA until you can't find him in any part of the 6 billion planet because he's going to be celebrating all his lifelong. So sometimes I think on the other point of view, I'd rather give it to Bruno and tell Martial you got to earn the field goal rather than taking an easy penalty goal. I don't know, just telling.
Agreed. I think you know what? Martial is a crazy guy. You give him that hat-trick and that's the end of it. He will never show up in the next game.
He might just retire from football with a happy smile.
No way,
If he retire, you will be happy, right, Dinesh?
No, I'll make a statue of him and say, gone in 5 years. Done. Finish.
The most laziest player I've ever seen on the field, right? Give me a break. Got no heart at all.
No,
Correct.
The thing
Looks like Martial is going on.
Understatement. He makes lazy as an understatement.
Yeah, exactly.
But Syed, this is to help for the fantasy players. So at least he get that one goal for them. So that you're talking about captaincy, he helped a lot of other humans being. Think about that.
Just a joke here by Dave. VAR plans to panels wake up every morning to ruin someone's life.
Okay, I agree with Dave. You see, last season, VAR also spoiled Man City's game with Liverpool. I agree with Dave. They spoiled Man City's title chances. So they just spoil a lot of clubs, likely, not only United.
Oh, I see you putting on somewhere there. Joel goes on. Same can be said for Lamela too. Martial got signed out unnecessarily too. We did not whine. We still played, got trashed. Fair play not needed. Whoa. I mean, I still feel fair play is needed, but there is a question here from Joel for the panels. I mean, since we are talking about the victory, question to the panels: we wiped out Leeds and Saints. Both teams played high against us. How can the gameplay made if teams turn out playing deep? But Joel, I think Southampton played very deep the moment the red card came. You saw Ings tracking back as a defensive winger. I mean, but I think Kabi, you mentioned earlier that we saw Wan Bissaka flying up, right? I think Danny Ings playing on the left-hand side on that game helped it because Ings did not knew how his positioning, how to defend, how to track back. The first goal, if you see that it was Ings' mistake. But nevertheless, I mean, if such teams play deep, what do you think should be the game plan? Because we played well against clubs that want to play high. That means used to playing high. And the same team, I think, did not knew how to defend. It wasn't their forte, so they just struggled to sit down deep.
I think this thing about not being able to play against the teams that sit deep, I think this is something in the past, to be honest with you, because this happened last season. I think this season with Bruno and Pogba and all these people, we have been able to break up teams, and that's clearly seen in all the games played against all the other teams besides the top six. I think we have won most of them, right? So it's all breaking down when they are even sitting very deep. So I think it's no longer, it should be it should be labeled on us. It shouldn't be there anymore. I think we are playing well against team that sit deep.
Okay, so it's no more matter about any team plays deep, plays up. We can just hit them.
I don't think that has got any problem anymore because there are teams that are playing deep, there are teams that are playing high, and we have won against both of this, right? I think the only struggle I would say was Sheffield United, and that was because the entire MU team didn't show up on that day. But rather than that, I think the other teams, we managed to beat them.
Okay. I mean, Joel, I hope it answers your question. And let's hope it started out, fantastic victory. I mean, everyone's on Cloud-9, 9 goals. But talking about Cloud-9, I just want to ask. We're all pumped up, right? We saw one guy also was pumped up over the weekend. Not one, but 2 goals. Jesse Lingard, or known as the Lord Lingard. Did we do the right decision? Because weeks ago, we all been mentioning that squad depth. United doesn't have sufficient squad depth. We don't have players to swap and change. If you all have followed, and to the viewers, you all have followed the last Footy Talk show, we had one of the panel mention United doesn't have sufficient squad depth. So during this means when you're fighting, you're going all out. It means there's still Europa League, there's still FA Cup, there's still Premier League. Was sending him out a wrong choice. That boy did not look like he had match fitness problem. He played from the start. He started off from the left. He was on the right. He was on the left. He was on the right. So he was just blazing up and down. He looked like someone who just did not get a chance at United. Jivan, what's your take on this?
Okay, so I'm going to say that it's a right decision. All right, because why right decision is because Ole is not going to play him. Okay, very sadly, I'm a Lingard fan. I like the way he plays. All right, of course he had some family issues. He was not performing for some time. All that, leave it at the back. All right, so I've seen him 2018 playing for England. He had a great game. He's a good guy. He's just not having game time. The only problem with Ole is I think he's having decision making is where because he has got too many people in midfield and he doesn't know when he can play Lingard, right?
But Lingard is more of a flanker than a midfield. He could deputize for Marshall or Greenwood, especially since we have problem on the left and right.
No, but you see, because he's depending on Greenwood. To me, I feel that he is not going to play him because he has got Greenwood. He's got Marshall who can play on the left or on the right, and he's got Rashford who can play on the left and the right, and he has got his game plan. Because if you look at his game, whenever he plays against the top 6, he only plays 2 guys up front. All right, there are 4 people in midfield. All right, so there are the different ways that he's always playing. So when he plays the weaker team, he plays 3 people up front. So that's where I think if he's going to give Lingard game time at West Ham, let him, prove himself there and then bring him back at the end of the season and then give him a run around, I think will be much better. This is my personal opinion. Yeah, I don't know what others feel.
That's a nice insight from that. Inesh, what about you? There is a comment here from Faris. Faris said the loan is the right decision. Both club and players need to move on. Too much expectation from fans. Is it a high expectation from the fans?
Actually, to be honest, giving Lingard out was a wrong move. I say that because we have Lingard all these years. He won us FA Cup. In the finishing goal was superb. He had some good memorable matches and all that. But you see, we wouldn't know how good is Lingard until you give him a run of games. Okay, and to be honest, I don't know whether people are going to agree with me or not. I would rather have Lingard in the team than having Anthony Martial, because Lingard runs the pitch.
Dinesh,
He
sorry,
runs the
it's not whether people agree. People already expected that from you.
No. I think. Yeah, go on, Dinesh.
Because Lingard on his first game, they actually had a post interview, and the comment was Lingard played in a way that as though he had actually mingled around with the West Ham players for some time. The understanding was amazing, all right. And we have Anthony Martial, who I'm done, okay, but I rather have him against Martial because Lingard actually works out. He really goes all out for the ball, and he always runs and covers the pitch, every angle of the pitch. So if you're gonna ask me, well, Lingard's going to score, it's irrelevant because he at least has the determination and also the fighting spirit. Okay, if I was Ole, I would do the other way around. I would have kept Martial on loan to West Ham, okay, and I would kept Lingard because Lingard could have deputized Martial at his role. That is the left flank. If that's what people think is the perfect role for Martial, Lingard could have done a good job there. But I hope that this move to West Ham brings up his spirit back, because that guy is a great lad. Okay, he was a very good player for us at a point of time until, of course, like what Jeevan said, he had his personal problems. I mean, who doesn't? And especially when it comes to family problem with his mother and other issues, I feel really bad for the guy. He's human after all, even though they are earning a millionaire lifestyle, but it is just bad for him. But I hope he comes back to United as a better player. And I think he's the late 20s now. He's the late 20s. I hope when he comes back, he will get a more decent game time.
Lingard's body is at 27 and 28. There's no more coming back. If you ask me, that boy has given all out. It's just now matter about shipping him out, putting him on the showcase that we have someone in this caliber and he wants to come and win.
No, so, the thing is, of course, like what we are thinking right now is based on what we saw Lingard for the last year and a half or two. Okay, if he has a successful loan spell at West Ham, and remember this, West Ham is highly flying now. They are not a mid-table mediocre team. They are a very good team. They bring the A game to a lot of the other games they're playing against, and they are a force. If he can do well with a top team right now, why can't United give him another chance? Because remember, you're not sending him to a championship or some Dutch league or some German league or what. You're sending him to your rivals. Remember, guys, West Ham is our rivals right now because they are in the elite bracket right now, okay? So if he can perform there, he has no other choice but to bring back Lingard and give him his game time. Lingard deserves it, but then again, this is the first game for West Ham, okay? Let's see for the next 5 to 10 games, how does he perform, So if you ask me, personally, I feel it's a wrong move, but on the progressive part of Lingard's career, it's a good thing to get him back on his, he's not going to get game at Old Trafford, simply because I think Ole might have a reason for that, but I hope Lingard proves him wrong. I really hope that guy deserves it.
But Dinesh, I have a question for you on this, right? Okay, if Lingard come back, right, do you think Lingard will have his game time or not? I mean, if you were Jesse Lingard, right, you have to make a decisions about your future, right? So you think back, if you're going to come back to United, are you going to have a game time or not? Are you going to be on the bench or not? Or you're going to be in West Ham, where you're going to play all the games? You actually, you could have actually proved your career there rather than sitting on the bench,
I personally feel he'll be back in May when the season ends. He'll come back. He'll have a talk with Ole, and it depends on his performance for West Ham. I hope it's just not a one-game wonder. I hope he takes the next 3-4 months seriously. Prove himself back that he's a class player, and I hope Ole opens his eyes wide and see that we have a good talent here. I'm just overlooking him for unknown reasons. If he performs, please give. I mean, who doesn't want a performing player? We are in a helpless situation where we have a 10 and a half man on the pitch at times when Martial is playing. I see people think that I hate Martial for what reason. I just don't like a player who does not give the 100% on the pitch. It's simple. For me, it's like that. That's how I was brought up to think. Every 11 players have to give their 101%. Remember, your wages is the jealous factor of entire world, you know. I mean, all football players are paid millions and millions of dollars. So what stops you from working your ass out to just make sure that you earn your wages? You know,
But the
so
same mentality was, I mean, Martial part, I think we'll keep it up. We'll do another week on Martial part because then we'll go on and on.
yeah, I mean, I'm just telling that Lingard deserves his chance, but again, it's a bit too early. Let's give him another 5 games or 10 games because a good player will be consistent on the goals or the performance or the assist. He's not an all-in-all striker, but he can be an assist king. So if he can provide a lot of assists for the current West Ham squad, you know, we have another good player in the ranks. Bring him back, give him back his jersey, and tell him, boy, go kick some asses out there.
Yeah,
Personally.
I think personally that's the most important thing, right? I think if he performs in the next 5 or 6 games, Ole is going to open his eyes and say, "Oh my
Yeah.
God, right?
This
This
is a
guy is
mistake,
doing damn
yeah.
well in West Ham, right? And we made a mistake, yeah. So I really hope Lingard proves him wrong, and then he comes back and he gets a chance to be in the team, yeah."
Kabinesh, I have one for you. I mean, okay, see, Jivan and Dinesh has both mentioned hopes that he proves everyone wrong, comes back and perform. There's a very interesting comment here from Krish. Wait, I'm looking for it back. Because this seems to be quite a gamble here. I mean, Krish, thanks for watching the show. Krish was on our show last week. Mentioned Lingard will come back stronger next season. If a brand new signing for us, we don't need Sancho.
Okay, I have a different perspective. I think Lingard is done with United, to be honest with you. I think, I could see that is last season when Ole actually brought him in towards the end, only in the Leicester game, right? Of course, he scored a goal, and I thought that was his farewell, but he's still with us. But actually, this speaks a lot about Ole because we call Ole the baby face assassin, right? So we always relate to him as the baby face, the nice person, but he's actually a very ruthless manager. You see, the reason why Lingard is actually, I feel, out of United is because of the recruitment of Bruno. Lingard, I think, primarily plays in the number 10 role, which is why Bruno is occupying. And if Bruno is not there, we have the likes of Pogba and, we have the likes of Van de Beek who can take over the role. So Lingard is already down the pecking order. And I think Solskjaer, when he first came in, he has given enough chances to Lingard. At that point of time, we did not have players like Bruno.
Did Solskjaer give him chances at the wrong place? Because,
I think,
his primary position, if you all can see, he always wanted a number 10. However, he performed better on the flanks. And we saw the flank performance also for West Ham. And even for England, he didn't play as a number 10 role. He played the free role that he was able to loiter around at the back. So maybe we played him in a different way and we're expecting something else from him?
Probably. I think I agree with you. Probably it's just that as well. He's not being given the right position. Just like Juan Mata, sometimes we feel that he's not a right winger, but he's, most of the times he's playing on the right. But I just think with Lingard, right, another thing about him is I think he's just not at this level anymore. A level where we are talking about United wanting to become the dominant force again in England and Europe. I think he works better with a team like West Ham or Aston Villa, who's at the next level, who's going after a Europa League position. You know why? Because going to the point earlier of breaking teams down when they're sitting deep, I would rather have people like Bruno, Van de Beek and Pogba doing it for United. I wouldn't want to have Lingard, who I think will not be able to do that. But now that he's in West Ham, actually Ole has done him some good, because now when he has gone to West Ham, I think teams that play West Ham don't sit deep. Teams that play against United will sit deep, and you need players like at the caliber of Bruno to open them up. So when Lingard now goes to West Ham, or eventually I think probably we might sell him off to West Ham or Aston Villa. If it's West Ham, probably we'll get Declan Rice in return, or if you're selling him to Villa, probably you will try to negotiate something for Jack Grealish.
Declan Rice is an overrated fella. No need to go for him. Just spend the money for Bissouma.
Okay, all right. But I think Lingard will do well in clubs like West Ham. He will do very well.
Let me just say something. Okay, Lingard has 2 goals in 1 game. All right. How many games have we played so far? About 19, 20 games, maybe.
Agreed.
Martial has 4 goals. Martial has 4 goals, and he started a lot. No. Let's put the stats on the table. If you see that Lingard is the finished article, okay, I agree that before the West Ham's game, the last game, okay. But after that game, now let's put a betting here, okay. Let's put a free betting here. Now I'm going to tell you, Lingard is going to have more goals than Martial. All right,
I'm telling you, Lingard might have more goals in comparison to Martial.
What's going on?
But yeah, correct. I totally agree, Dinesh. Lingard probably will have more goals than Martial this season. But if you reverse the role and you put Lingard back in United, he will probably suffer or struggle like Martial because Lingard cannot hide in this team anymore.
But then again, we wouldn't know until, okay, I mean, if somebody gives you a role in the office, you wouldn't know until you start the role, correct or not? So if I were...
Ole has given him enough. I think the
correct,
first
but again, Gabi, Gabi, the thing is, if he can reverse the psychology part of it, reverse the whole momentum right now, and he can come back as a very successful player at West Ham, do you think he deserves a chance? Maybe a run of games?
Okay, for him to do well in West Ham, maybe just a plot to get more money to when you sell him eventually, because I really feel that his career in United is over already. I totally feel that. Even no matter how well he does, I think in Ole's mind, I think he just feels that I think there's a certain level of player that I need in United, and this guy just falls slightly short of that standard required.
There is that burning desire that we need a certain player. Okay, but again, as I come back to my previous question, if Lingard performs better than Martial, so do you think Martial deserves to wear the jersey? Don't you think Martial should get the same treatment what Lingard got and get him out on loan and ship him out? Do you think so? I mean, for the age he is, Martial is young, a lot of talent. Potentially, we have seen a very good Martial in the yesteryears, but right now we're not seeing.
Let the season finish this season. All right. I think Martial scored about 20, slightly above 20 goals last season, right? I think if Martial scores about 20 goals, then we are fine with Martial and Dinesh. Correct or not? If Martial scores about 20 goals this season,
agree with you, because why?
He's got a good season.
Because why? The better they have the season, the better for the team. The better the season, the better for the team. No, I agree with you, Gabi.
Yeah.
But let me be honest to you. A friendly banter, Martial will not perform as good as Lingard this season.
Okay.
And Lingard just went to West Ham.
See, this is where I'm going to come to you on this part. Joel, very good comment about that. Guys, look at 2 goals scored. Keeper should have saved it. Should we send Andreas Pereira to West Ham too after a failed Lazio stint? If you guys asking that was after a comment from Anwari. Anwari, thanks for watching, mate. Say, if AP loans at Lazio does not meet expectation, you know where to send him next. Hammers. But coming back to Joel's comment, yes, Lingard did play the good game. He scored 2, but Martinez should have saved those. Meanwhile, Martial's goals were well taken goals.
No, okay, hold on. This story about should have saved it, I don't agree should have saved it, right? The problem is the goal has gone in. Simple as that. There's no should have saved it. As far as I'm concerned, the goal has gone in. Keeper made a mistake. If you want to keep saying that, this guy should have saved that goal and all that, then it's going to continuously go on. To me, Lingard performed on that day. Don't even talk about the 2 goals. Overall, his link-up play against Aston Villa, another top-notch team fighting for top of the table, West Ham, he was superb that day's game. I watched the entire game. His link-up play was too good. All right, so let's give Lingard the credit. I think he was trying to prove a point. Okay, if he can do the same thing for the next 5 to 10 games for West Ham, and West Ham might just qualify for the Champions League. You never know. This season, the league is crazy. All right, West Ham is performing, and because of Lingard, if they qualified for the Champions League, I still feel that Ole should give him another run around with the team. That's my take on it, right? And with regards to Martial, Martial just got 4 goals. We don't know how many more goals he's going to score and whether it's going to turn up or not, right? But let's see. That's a long way to go.
No, just to add on that, just now you told me that Martial had 2 well-taken goals. Bro, he was taking against 10 or 9 men. Okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, Dinesh. I think if you want to
Everton.
expect 20 goals for Marshall, you have to expect the opposite team play with 9 men.
Yeah, because why? Let's be honest. Lingard played against a very good Aston Villa team. Aston Villa on a high. Remember, this is a team. This is the team who hammered the champion 7-2. And this is a team, and not so long ago, few months ago. Okay, and they are still on a run, on a form.
Okay,
And we took
guys,
them 11-11.
Dinesh, I'm going to put you a stop here. This Marshall topic, I know we are not going to end it, and I'm not having it today.
No, okay, but Lingard should come back to United and have a run.
Exactly. I agree with that. Lingard have to come back.
I can understand Dinesh's. No, I can understand. Yeah, I can understand Dinesh's this one because I think Lingard is, I mean, in and out. He's a United player. I mean, United supporter. United is there with him, but I think there's there will be a time where you're just not the right player.
Okay,
for the
but
team,
I have.
just move on. Okay, that's my take. Let's see.
Okay, we're all talking about Marshall here, right? Like how Chris said, what do you all think Daniel James? I think Lingard, he said, I think Lingard's a better player than him. And Joel goes on to say, I think we should compare Jesse Lingard with Daniel James instead, not Marshall. Should we have kept Lingard and loaned James out? Or
James definitely needs to be loaned out because you see the guy came from the championship. Okay, he has speed, immense speed, but I think his maturity on the game is not there yet. I think he should be loaned out to a Premier League team, another West Ham or a Villa team or something like that who are doing fine, and he can actually get more exposure and experience there because he's not getting game time. He's a very good. I mean, he has potential. I mean, Giggs was highly recommending him to Ole before he got signed him. Giggs was saying that this guy has talent. Then again, when he come to United with a lot of class players around here and there, you might actually crumble to the pressure. So he should have a loan deal out of United just for one season or maybe a half a season or something like that.
interest? I mean, okay. Before we wrap up and move to the next topic, Selena, we have a comment here from Faris. Lingard's situation is like Diego Forlan. He did well in Spain. Did Sir Alex Ferguson brought him back? No. That's what good managers should do. Don't look back at a talent that has expired. Time to move on. Do you think that we should move on from this Jesse Lingard and just build a team without considering him?
Okay, yeah, because I haven't give my comment about JC Lingard, right? Whether it's a good move or not. So my perspective on this is, it's a good decision to loan him into West Ham. It's a great because as much as I said just now, so right, he's not having his game time and all that, and he's going to a team where he's going to have his game time. He has to prove back himself, because he's down due to his personal problems and all that. It's a great decision, but to bring him back to United, it's also a questionable. I do not fancy that he's going to come back to United, but if it depends on our current 11 at that point also, like if you're going to have players that's not performing and you see JC Lingard is performing and is doing well, so we can actually keep him, and it's a fair decision to make. But if rather than we bringing back all our players which is on loan and we're coming back to United, might as well we start purchasing new players, new talent, new young players that who can actually do something for our teams. So that's my view.
Very interesting. We have Jay in the show. Jay, thanks for coming back and watching us. Nice having you. Oh, he has said something. Once again, can we go one show without mentioning he who must not be named, Anthony Marshall? I mean, I guess, Jay, we should throw a challenge to Dinesh. Dinesh, the next time you're in it, you're banned from talking about Anthony Marshall. He's going to be.
You got to give me a week. You got to give me a week to sink in that. You got to give me a week.
We do, can. Provided Ole did not play him for the next 2 games, So then,
He's going to start today, and that's when problems get started.
Next week, I'm calling in sick. I won't enter the show then.
Lingard's found because Moyes a football genius. Oh, Faris, we all knew how genius Moyes is. I mean, he's doing great at West Ham, but let's see how the seasons end. We have a last one from Dave. I mean, we've just been asked. Ole should go and get Connor Hurricane from Swansea, let Daniel James go, Marshall back to Angers in France, probably. Oh, that'd be hard. Joel, take shot each time Dinesh say Marshall be drunk by end of the show. Joel, not end of the show, by half of the show we are gone already. You talk about Marshall, We go on and on. Now we have just reached 1 hour mark. We'll be gone by the 35 minutes mark. The amount of shit we have to take.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Okay, guys. I mean,
Oh
as
yeah,
much-
actually true. That's true. I miss his dance also that day though.
His celebration.
But we know what's the best part? The best part is United had triggered that 1 year extension into his contract. All right.
Mm.
And Ole also said, like, good luck to Lingard and he'll be back a better United player. Let me tell you, half the time when Ole says something, right, there's always a different agenda to it.
I mean, okay lah. Can any one of you name a player who has went out on loan and came back and played in the team, who became a key player?
Dean Anderson, long time maybe. Maybe it's
Dean
going to be.
has not.
Okay,
talking
you're
about
saying
the past.
somebody.
on the past part of it.
Okay, in the past. Okay, in the past, huh? All right.
Maybe those of you viewing, can you all throw in
Beckham.
your comments? See if you all know.
Beckham, Preston North End to Old Trafford. I don't know.
Beckham wasn't okay. Beckham was
mean,
young.
Yeah, correct. But the thing is, it depends. You see, it's like this, guys. If Lingard goes to West Ham and he's serious about his career, okay, he's serious about his career, we will able to see it.
Cleverly, good one.
Yeah. So, yeah, cleverly, yeah, correct. He was the main midfield guy in 2013 winning team. We won the title with Cleverly in the middle. Yeah, that's a good example. Fergie gave him his chance, but of course, after that, with Moyes coming in, he left. Eventually left. But he was a class
But
player.
there was no mainstay. I mean, what I want to come to say is, even if we take Kellen Richardson, for example, he made West Brom stay. He played fantastic football when he went out. He came back United, wasn't long. So basically, I think once these boys go out on loan when they're in past 20s, mid-20s, we have not seen anyone coming back. So maybe as much of those who all of us have the next trust on him, I think it's time to move on. Oh, Kelvin has came out and said that Diego Dalot, but Dalot is also having a so-so time.
Yeah. But he started with a bang. Actually.
Yeah. Jay has taken a cheap one. Michael Owen, we sent him on loan to Liverpool, Madrid, and Newcastle to get him ready. He came back and scored the winner against City. That was a fantastic winner. Let's not go there. Talking about all this, guys, let's move on.
We can also talk about Lukaku, right? He also went all over before he came to Manchester. He was loaned out by Chelsea anyway.
Yes. I mean, about all of them, recently there's one player who, without going on loan, without going anywhere, seemed to revive his football. Luke Shaw. Somehow he's kind of playing. It's too soon to say, but is he going to be Dennis Irwin, the last typical British fullback that we have had, a proper one? Is he in that mold? I mean, the boy is still young. I mean, many of us overlook him because of the number of years he has been United. So we see him as though he's a very senior player. But look at his age. He's only 24, 25.
I personally feel that because of Alex Telles coming to the team, Luke Shaw's game has totally changed. He has got competition now. And he knows that there is competition for places. All right? You don't perform, you got a guy from Porto who is waiting there at the wings, pushing you every day in training. Maybe all that is helping him, right? Two great left backs in the team. I think that's playing a big role in Luke Shaw's game. I can see a lot of difference. He has totally developed, right? His crossing is perfect. I think he's having a great time. Yeah. So I think because of the signing of Telles, that has made the difference.
Yeah.
I think this.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry. Okay. I think this Luke Shaw thing, it's been a long time coming. I think when he first came to United, there was a lot of hype about Luke Shaw being the next left back for the next 10 years. And of course, in the early years, it did not live up to its the hope that we all were having. Of course, under Mourinho, it was a very tough time for him. He was publicly criticized. The injury, did not help him. And I think his luck really came when Ole came and took over the team at the helm. Ole gave him the kind of confidence and told him, you know what, you're going to be my number one left back. You go express yourself and be there. And the fact that Ole brought in, I agree with Jeevan, when Ole brought in Alex Telles, and that really upped Luke Shaw's game this season. And I really missed Shaw most during the Sheffield United game. Definitely, Alex Telles he's a very good player. But honestly, on that day, I think Luke Shaw I think he came in towards the second half, but it was a bit too little too late. But if he
80th
would have
minute.
started that game, if he would have came in much earlier that game, I think he's come to a level where, in this United team, if you are performing better than Bruno or Pogba, it really means you're a very good player, because these two players are just class, and they are almost to, you can't drop them out of the team. But if Luke Shaw now has come on top, and he's even surpassed people like these two players, it speaks a lot about him. And now today they're even saying that he's probably the best left back in the Premier League, and that you're comparing him to Andy Robertson from Liverpool. That itself tells us, like, this guy is really something. He has really stepped up, and he's probably a candidate for being a captain in a few years' time also. I really hope Ole is around for that long, and this guy also is around for that long. He will really make the left side his, I think, for the next good 5-6 years.
I mean, yeah, we wanted to see that coming for so long. That's why we brought him. And finally, I think it's like homecoming. We have Joel has came on to say that COVID has made Shaw realize how much he can save on partying in Manchester. Hence, he decided to train harder. I mean, that's a good one, Joel, for you. What, huh?
Joel is really having fun in the comment section. Thanks, Joel.
When Twitch has gone on to say that Shaw's the best left back in England, like in the league right now. Yes, Ben Chilwell is bench, but I don't think so he's best, but he's heading there. It's a healthy competition, like how Jiwan has mentioned. I think Telles coming in has helped a lot.
Yeah.
We have one here from Vivek. Vivek, thanks for watching. It was similar to Evra coming in for Heinze. Heinze didn't get it back to his best after recovering from injury, and Evra excelled and became one of the best left back we had. Yeah, almost similar situation if we can think about it.
True.
Dinesh, do you think so? It's like it's becoming, because that point in time we had two good fillers. We got one Evra who could go up and just take on like a complete wingback role, and Heinze was our defensive fullback.
I mean, actually, Luke Shaw's story was a bit different back then, because when they signed him for 30 million, I believe, at
30.
the time, he was the most expensive
that point of
teenager.
time. I
He was
didn't
he was the most expensive teenager in the world.
Yes.
So the price bracket was high, and it kind of weighed him down. And not forgetting the PSV game, I believe, the one where he had a very bad injury. So actually, to come back from those type of injuries, it takes a lot of character. You can ask that to Ronaldo, the phenom. Okay, he had 2 back-to-back injuries, and he came back to be a good player. So he came back, but the previous managers did not help his cause. That is Van Gaal and Jose Mourinho, because Shaw was not being. I mean, they did not get the best of Shaw, because like what Kabi said, when Ole came at the wheel, he brought up the best in Shaw. He was bringing him up to like a prominent left back. But when Telles came in the last transfer, it made Shaw realize that I have a competition. I'm still young. I'm in one of the best clubs in the world. Okay, I have the talent. Let's brush it up. Let me cement my place right here. Okay, so the last many games you have seen Shaw perform, like what Kabi said, he has become the untouchable trio, or maybe the quadruple. I mean, David De Gea, Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, and Luke Shaw. Maguire is there because he's the captain, okay? But Shaw is there because he is performing week in, week out. Example I give you, the Liverpool game in the FA Cup. I like the way Shaw played. He really, really took care of the left wing quite well. Even though Salah scored 2 goals, but that is just hard luck. But overall, you see his game against Liverpool, especially 2 games, top-notch team, defending champions. He played a very good game. So what I like about Shaw is he looks bulky. but the guy has immense pace. Apparently there was a news where I think a season or two ago, he was actually the fastest player in Old Trafford. He was the fastest player. So the guy, I just hope that Shaw is injury free, because he can be quite
Yeah.
fragile at times. I hope the guy is injury free, and like what Krish said in the previous comments, he is one of the best. I wouldn't say he's the best yet, because you see Andy Robertson is another left back who's a goal scoring left back. So Shaw has to have an eye on goal. Like how Roberto Carlos, one of the best left backs of all time, had an eye for goal. Not only doing your attacking and your defending, but try to chip in on the goals, because you see, you are a left-legged player and you have that ability to take shots, try to keep scoring some goals, make some, like how he assisted against Southampton. He should start upping his game to the contributing to the goal numbers for United. Once he does that, I think undoubtedly he's on the same record with Andy Robertson, if you ask me.
No,
Yeah,
that's-
but we know overall also, right? What I like about this, like, of course, on top of what Luke Shaw have improvised so much, right? What I like the most is because before this, we are very scared about our backline. Our backline was being one of the most fearful. Not fear in terms of very good. Like, we are very scared that because you ain't going to concede goal and all that, right? And I see like tremendous improvement now. Like Luke Shaw has been improving so much. Even Wan-Bissaka has been improving so much. Lindelof is slowly, going there, trying to improvise himself. So the mentality that they have all in each players is there. That's something I love to see. If only that we can have this consistency, even from our front three also, right? Even our midfield also. If we have the same thing, to have the same consistency to go for the winning, to improvise each game and all that, we're gonna be hell of a team back.
Okay, that's very interesting. Consistency you're talking about. I mean, let's run through the comments. I mean, the comment section is buzzing also with this short comment. Sanjay, thanks for watching, mate. I mean, after Dennis Irwin, Evra was near there, but on Shaw's matter, even if he's supporting at the left flank center, he can't rely on Maguire to cover his back. Oh, Maguire. I think Maguire, it's high time, I think we all give him some credit. That boy has improved. I'm not saying he's the best. Take away his tagline, 80 million, remove the captain armband, put all that aside. He's playing some decent game recently. So hopefully,
But you got to admit, because he's the captain, he's the most expensive defender in the world.
No. I'm putting that aside for now. I'm not coming to that.
He has improved. He has improved. A bit more consistent at the back. And I think his partnership Lindelof hopefully it really prospers. But of course we have Bailly there. But you must understand the whole back four of it, right? It is more consistent, I would dare say, that in the last minus Sheffield United. So I think we have the consistency a bit there. But on Shaw's side, I think that guy is the most consistent player right now at the back.
Yeah, Shaw is very consistent. I mean, Krish is going to say you got to respect the man for the work he has done after being disrespected by Mourinho. I mean, not disrespected. Mourinho is a person that goes on publicly and hates on his play. I mean, that's the way to getting it. I mean, every manager his own way. Kelvin goes on and say I must say Shaw is establishing himself one of the most consistent performers. That's what you said, Dinesh. Krish goes on to say Shaw is United blood on him. Never give up when the blocks are against you. It took some time, but fantastic that it's going on. Shaw's set piece went from shit to quality of Beckham. Not the best in the league yet, but boy, I want him to start every damn game now. I mean, yes, Joel, that boy can cross. After ages, we can see Shaw can deliver good balls into the box that before this was just running in and here, but he can deliver now. Jeevan.
He's got a lot of assists of late as well.
Yes, assists. Even he played in the first half, he assisted 2 goals, right, against Southampton.
Correct. In fact, you're struggling to find You're struggling to find the man of the match for the game.
Yes.
You're struggling to find the man of the match because Shaw played half the game, but he became the man of the match.
I think the referee was man of the match.
Yeah.
Big time, yes.
No, I think VAR was the match to disallow Southampton's goals and everything.
No, I'm not going to talk about person. Sorry, I'm banned.
Jeevan, simply Ole is just following whatever the gaffer did. Certain decision Ole makes. I'm pretty sure he asked himself, what would Sir Alex Ferguson do? Fair night. Kelvin, I can't remember when was the last time I say screw you, Shaw, after watching United match. Don't you agree more?
Yes.
Joel like couldn't agree more to this. Yes, looks like those
We are
boys
using the F word more to into another players with number 9.
No, not that bad yet.
We are using now the number instead of the name.
Yeah, improvise.
Improvise.
Before we not take out the red card.
Finally,
Yeah, that's true. I want to
did.
say that also. Vino, finally. Wow.
But guys, let me tell you, on behalf of everybody, for Vino to say that Maguire is consistent, sejarah. Hari ni dalam sejarah. Remember this for 20 years.
Just broke the ice.
Yeah.
No. I am putting because Maguire's expectation. I would say there's a lot of factors that we want him to perform well on how we evaluate him. So if I take away that two figures, yes, he's a decent one. He's a decent defender centre back we have, but not to the quality we want. So at times, let's just lower down, go one by one.
Yeah.
Hopefully, he maintains his performance for the next half of the season. From there, we hope he improves better. He needs to be a more solid captain. So let's hopefully, things are being consistent at the back now. So there is something
more solid and more voiceful captain.
Correct.
We need a voice from him a lot more. That's all we need. Yeah.
Yeah, I would not say he's the best captain. He still needs a lot more to improve. So hopefully it changes. But if I given a choice also, I would still say better get someone else. But our centre back, we are not left in option. Who do we have there? Lindelof, Maguire, Bailey who's injured, Tuanzebe.
And Phil Jones is back in the team.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was the news of the transfer window. We registered new player by the name of Phil Jones. See, you want to win titles, you need title-winning players. You already got De Gea, so they brought in Phil Jones for you know what?
I like that.
No, the memes creator miss him so much lah. They be like, okay, please come in.
Oh, why is it about me praising Maguire? What's next? Pogba in? No, mate. Pogba is always Pogba out. I don't give him.
Yeah, we're talking about our teams being improvising, right? We also have Vinod here as a host who has been changing his view. That's a good progress.
Oh, I'm not changed my view, Selena.
No, you are changing some of your views, you are against certain players, you are against certain Sabole's decision. Now, at least something we are seeing some changes is going on. We are not getting a full support from you yet, but yeah, I'm happy at least the small, the kuti change is coming in.
Maguire is still a long step to go, but yeah, he's taking the short steps, so hopefully he gets there. Agree with Trish. Along the way of shaming by some fans, good for sure to show the haters where to go. Sanjay is going to say our back four has improved a lot, but the painful part when they let clumsy goal where instead of clearing the ball, they pass around within D-box. Yeah, Sanjay, this is where Maguire need to step up. He needs to be the worker at the back. He needs to lead. So I will give him the respect if he does that. If not, that boy, to be honest, Ole has to do some decision for the defense. And then, there's a comment here, right? Back here was mentioning about Shaw. What do you all think if Shaw is played as centre back? From Jay, question: he has been putting consistent performance this season as a left back for a back four. Should Ole still trust him in back three? Ole's trump card formation?
I don't like that formation. I don't think it works for Manchester. It doesn't work, and I don't think it's a total waste putting Luke Shaw there, because Luke Shaw is more of a left back. He's a guy who can do the crossing. He's the guy who can do the assists, and I think he has made that his spot. And that formation can never work with Manchester. It doesn't work with our team.
Jay, I hope you got the answer. Answer straightforward. No, we don't want to see the formation. Ole, please watch the show. We don't want to see that formation too. So before I move on to the focus of the day, let's take it on the last question for this topic. Shaw Blossom and Teles came in. Do we need another right back to activate the consistency other than Wan Bissaka? Maybe Max Allen. Oh, I would be the most excited person if I get Max Allen in the United squad.
Likewise.
Yep.
Totally.
Agree. Solid
We have,
players, solid
yeah,
solid right back.
we have a good right back, Wan Bissaka. He is a good player. We have no doubts on that. But again, you must understand, it's not about competition. It also you got to be fair to Wan Bissaka. There will be a time where he's going to get some injury problems. Every player goes through that. So the thing is, I haven't spoke to Vino previously. We have to have a squad where we have a plan A and plan B who are equally good. So when you have Teles for the Shaw position, we need a class or a good player for Wan
Okay,
Bissaka.
what about... Okay, I love Max Allen. Okay, but Max Allen, how he became good? He got game time, right? That means he did not like, pop, I came in, I start this first game, I was flying. He played, he had game time, he developed. And now we can see him, he's one of the best utility player to get. I mean, if anyone's saying, that boy can play a right back, that boy can play in a left back, that boy can play a central midfielder role or box to box. So he can be like our modern day Philip Neville's or John O'Shea. But I want to throw Brandon Williams. He could also be our utility player. It's a foot of thought. Something we should ponder. Why aren't we? Because he can play like, he's the right footer. He can also play as left foot.
Brandon Williams, I don't know, but last season I noticed that he had a blip. Towards the end of the season, had a blip, and then this season also we didn't hear much of him because I think he was started off quite well. He was impressive, but after that he kind of dropped a bit, and especially I think the Leipzig game. If I'm not mistaken, was it the Leipzig game, the do or die game? He came in and he was literally like a MIA. He didn't have that confidence. I'm not sure, maybe some confidence problem or what. He did not have the confidence, and that was the last I think we saw him. Since then, we have not really have much of him. So you see, again, it comes back to this boy is young. If you cannot play him often, you're not going to waste him on the bench. Just send him out on loan. Let them get game time elsewhere. We have a good player, giving game time elsewhere, let him come back here with more confidence and willpower, and I think that'll be better.
Yeah,
personally.
but I still hope that Woodward goes and get Max Allen so that we can have him on the right and send Williams out for loan. He comes back, we can ship out Teles, so we get nice for English, British fullbacks. Okay, talking about English, British fullbacks, let's go to the battle of English. It's Everton versus Manchester United. Next. What do you think? I mean, or can I say the battle of Don Carlo versus BB Oli Kanan?
I think it's the Everton. Of course, we can't undermine Everton. I think we cannot take them very lightly as well. They've been doing pretty well. In fact, I think if they have, if I'm not mistaken, they have 2 games in hand or something like that. And if those games, they win it, they're quite close to us as well. But I think with the momentum that we got from the Southampton game, I strongly feel that that will be in display today. I mean, early morning tomorrow. I think United will probably hit minimum. I'm putting a minimum of 4 goals, but I think I don't see them having a clean sheet. And I think Everton have got their main talisman back, right? What's his name? Calvert-Lewin, is it? Yeah, I think he's back for this game, so that's a bit of a danger for us as well. And also, they're probably going to sit back, knowing that United is going to come after them. They're probably going to sit back and let's see whether we can break them down.
Oh, interesting. I mean, to those all that is watching us, please drop in your comments on what you all think about United and the Everton game going to be, your predictions and your thoughts. And do me a favor, please keep sharing the page and subscribe and like it. Okay, 2 games in hand. Yes, Kabi, you said it well. 36 points. They win the next 2 matches is 42. And if they just say they beat United, they beat both us if they win all the 3 matches. So it's a tough challenge. I mean, don't look at the league table, but if you look at the game's hand, it is a tough match to have. Faris has came out and said Noisy Devils versus Bitter Blues, one of the fixtures I hate to watch. Of course, Faris, your 2 big rivals, sure you hate to watch. We understand.
I don't blame him because Mane's offside was because like what Tanindran mentioned that day, maybe because
No.
of
I think why he hates to watch because one, both like if Everton wins his 2 matches, both of his bitter rivals are above them.
Yeah.
No,
Jivan, what
but,
do you think? I mean,
Yeah.
Ole and Ancelotti will be a fun one to watch. Is it going to be all tactical or?
Okay, so
It's going to be just
I
players?
don't think this is going to be an easy game. Everton is not a pushover team. Yeah, so it's going to be it's not going to be an easy game at all because again, Everton won their last game and they are going to come here and try to perform. And they've got really good players, right? So we need to be worried about their midfield. Their midfield is damn strong, and they got Dinger who can put in solid crosses in. So they've got a very solid team and all their players are available, and that's another worrying factor, right? Cloud-9 is a good guy; he can really score goals. So you give him one opportunity, and he will put it away. So and they got 2 great free kick guys there also in their team who can take solid free kicks. So it's going to be not an easy game. I don't think it's going to be a big score again, and I'm sure this is going to be a 1-goal margin win. That's what I feel. It's going to be a 1-goal margin.
But I heard Pickford is injured, right? He's not in the lineup,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Pickford
Yep.
is injured. Yeah, Pickford is injured.
Yeah, Pickford is injured.
Yeah, but
Mm.
Pickford
Dave
being
has
there,
been
not being there, doesn't make
because
much.
Pickford being injured.
Yeah. Pickford has got a lot of mistakes in him.
Yeah.
But
So
their
it's,
backup also is not bad.
yeah, their backup keeper is good. Exactly. So they had a good game. They beat Leeds away. You know, when Leeds is a performing team, so they beat Leeds away 2-1. So interesting. Leeds seems to be winning all the games away from home and losing all the games at home. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but Everton beat them at the last game. So it's going to be a tough match. It's not going to be a easy game. That's for sure.
Okay, I mean, Selena, what about you? Jivan has mentioned Everton midfield is a tough midfield. It's going to be a tough battle. Don't you think our midfielders can overcome this tough midfield, or we don't have the pedigree of the Everton midfield?
My main concern is only one. I hope all the teams, all the players are not overconfident from the previous victory. And also they must also remember that from now onwards it's all a winning match. We have to win all the matches regardless what. So because it's tiring to wait other people to drop points for us to restore all that. So we just have to focus on our own team and then keep excelling. So in terms of players, yeah, but then you see I have a lot of hope. Even the games against Arsenal, the game against City, I can see the game. We had the chances to score. We had the chances to win the game, but only the finishing was poor. So for this game, I think if we can have actually excelled, that we can have recent finishing, we have done that early match or whatever it is also, but at least you can score and just win the match. Will be great for us already. I'm not going for a big score, but at least 3 points really matters on this.
Okay, keep the prediction first. Okay, so you feel if we maintain our consistency up front should not be a problem.
Not to carry away from all the victories of 9-0, because remember last time also the Sheffield United also, remember we were like so happy beating Liverpool and all that, and then Sheffield United, I wouldn't say we played bad, but I feel that there was an individual failure there that they did not take the chances that they have to. This game we have won 9-0, so I hope they are not over the cloud like, oh okay, like we are back on the game and all that, and then start being poor again. Yeah, consistency is the key.
So no more Cloud-9.
Finish for this week already. After this, if you want to play, you play with 11 players, you
So
score
next week
a goal,
is
I'll be
Winner,
very
is it?
happy because I'll be happy to convince you. You one player, one person, it's very hard for me to convince.
Dinesh, what about you, Dinesh? I mean, Jivan has come on and said, looking at Everton's game last game against Leeds, second half of the game, Everton was nowhere to be seen. I hope Ole capitalized on that. Molo, I mean, like Jivan has mentioned earlier, so they beat Leeds. However, if you look at the match that day, first half Everton was superb, second half Leeds were back. So can we capitalize on that?
I mean, Everton actually this season they started quite strongly. Calvert-Lewin was banging goals like forever, and then he had a dip on form. And when he dipped, Everton also was a bit clumsy. Okay. So I would say Everton is not in a very fragile mode right now. I wouldn't say they're doing great. Even though they have 2 games in hand, you must understand that this Everton team started too strong, and now they have lost their heading. On the other side, United, when we played at Goodison, I believe we won 3-1, I guess. 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, Cavani's first goal for the club and Bruno on the double. So against Everton at Old Trafford, you might understand Old Trafford is not our fortress right now, to be honest. Our fortress is I think the 19 other stadiums in England, that's our fortress right now. So the thing is, United playing Old
But
Trafford.
that Fortress only won 9 years. What?
Huh? No, that was after Mandi Bunga. Mandi
No,
Bunga.
the same fortress
Why
we lost
Mandi
2-1.
again?
No, the same
No,
fortress we
because
lost 2-1 to Sheffield.
Correct. Our fortress, we kena tembak 2-1. And like what Serena said, the last time we played Liverpool, we won them the FA Cup, and we were like as though we are on top of the world, and then we came crushing against the bottom table team. So Everton is not in a great form. We are in a very decent form. Let's put this whole Southampton game at the back because that was not 100% game by United. We played against 10 and 9, but we have to take this in cautiously because Everton can be dangerous. And with Calvert-Lewin getting back his goal against Leeds, he has a bit more confidence. So that guy is a tough boy to mark. That guy is determined. And one thing about him is he runs in the empty spaces. So you should be very tight at the back because that guy finds a loophole and then he goes one-on-one with the keeper. But Pickford, on the other hand, is injured. Their
Would you
deputy
sign him?
keeper is.
If I go and ask just an off question,
What's up?
would you sign him for United?
Pickford? Never.
Not Pickford.
Never. Yeah.
Not Pickford. Calvert-Lewin.
Any day.
Any day.
Any day.
Anytime.
Okay, the reason why I would do that is because.
Okay. Calvert-Lewin. You know why you do that? Because of you know who not to be mentioned, right?
Okay, no. I'm just telling we have to be careful of Calvert-Lewin. But Pickford not around is not actually a good news because their reserve keeper is quite good. I believe against Leeds especially had a wonderful game. So
I mean,
For me,
Faris
can
has
be a
came out and
balance.
said that Pickford injury boost news has boosted the team. I feel yes because Pickford has been making a lot of mistakes.
it's a blunder. He's a Mr. Blunder. He missed up, and I'm surprised he's still England number 1. I mean, it shows how low England has gone. So
Not how low England has gone. Don't forget, David James was still there. Paul Robinson was there. All these keeper who went to World Cups and Euro with poor performance.
Are you really kutoking the Merseyside now, bro? Don't be that bad. Yeah. David James is a Liverpool legend, bro. You're not going to say bad things about him now, sure, bro.
James was in Portsmouth. I didn't kaika
I'm talking
anything.
about the Liverpool David James.
Stay focused, stay on design.
Okay. So anyway, I think it can be a banana skin for us if we don't take the game seriously. So just show the same determination like how we play against Southampton or even Liverpool. Actually, they should take this game as serious as about the Liverpool game because Everton can with James Rodriguez. That guy is all style, and he's styling and profiling, and he can really turn on his A game. So guys, you just got to be careful of him. But I believe United will get the 3 points.
Okay. What about you, Kabi? Jay has mentioned United have an extra recovery day since the last game compared to Everton. I hope that shows that in terms of energy output and fitness. Do you think United should just, since having a one day more extra day to rest, should we take them on like how we took on against Leeds, or just play a slow game and bang on the counter attack? Because Faris goes on, if Everton brings the game to United, then United's counter football will be useful. Cavani hat-trick. Bruno will get injured by Richardson 2-footed. Whoa.
Oh, no.
Don't you ever say that. You
No lah,
can
we don't
mention
wish
the
for-
number 9 player.
Oh my God. Bruno is
Eh, no
gone.
lah.
Everything is going to go haywire.
We shouldn't wish for anyone to get injured in anywhere, whether it's United or
That's
any other team.
true.
We shouldn't
take many
be wishing for
jokes.
that. Yeah, but I think United will dominate possession. I'm very sure about it. I think we did control the game when we played at Everton Stadium, right? We controlled the game, and I think we still have the momentum from the previous game, lah. I think that has given us a lot of self-confidence. I don't think so. It's about being carried away. I just think it's just momentum. And I know these lads, like, Ole knows how to manage this kind of expectations, this kind of not being carried away and all this. So I'm very sure that we will see a lot of goals in this game.
Oh, a lot of goals.
A lot of goals. If Pickford was there, then maybe I would say that also.
I think we will definitely concede some because not conceding again. Actually, we conceded against Southampton. We were just lucky; it was a very narrow offside. Otherwise, it would have been 9-1 or something. But against Everton, I think they have that quality to score at least 1 or 2. So yeah, we will concede, but I think we will score more.
Interesting. Okay, line up. Let's ask one by one. Jiwan, who you think will start as a goalkeeper?
Of course. You mean for De Gea? Sure De Gea.
De Gea. Selena,
Yeah.
back four?
Back four, I'll take the. I'm not sure about B because I heard B is still injured.
Bailey is injured.
right?
Out of the game.
Injured, right? It's injured, right? So it'll be same as Luke Shaw, Lindelof, Maguire, and also Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
So you don't see Teles coming in?
If Teles has to play, I don't mind him playing, but then I wish Luke Shaw will come in as a sub to have the game change, but not too late. But like if you see, because for me, what I feel is if Luke Shaw is playing, at least you can see the ball will be going front and it'll be supplying to the up front. It'll be much more nicer to watch compared to see Teles, which is always be there at his place. And also, so as I say, if they want to play Teles, okay, but Luke Shaw have to come in as super sub. If not, Luke Shaw play full. I think Luke Shaw play full is better for this game because I think the chances for them to come over to us with a lot of chances will be there.
Okay. Kabir, do you think it's going to be a midfield of 4 or midfield of 3?
No, I thought he will go with the midfield of 3 . He rested Pogba against Southampton. Yeah, I think Pogba will come back to the team. I think you will have Bruno there. I think just next to these two boys, I'm not sure if it's going to play Matic because Matic was rested the last game. If it's not Matic, then it's either Fred or McTominay, I don't know. This guy, he seems to put Matic in some games where he just feels he needs someone to hold the defense. But I just hope he shouldn't drop Shaw at all. Shaw should start.
Shaw,
Regardless, because I think anyway, Shaw, he was substituted the last game. So I think that was more of protecting him for this game. So he will definitely start. I hope he will last the whole game. So the back four, like you were saying, picks for itself. In the middle, Pogba and Bruno definitely starters.
Okay.
I like when Bruno kept the last lineup for finish.
Those watching, guys.
Good one.
What is your prediction, right? Let's see on the panels. Dinesh, on you. Who's going to be starting up front? I mean, Kabir's mentioned midfield 3, midfield, defender 4. So we got only choice of 3 strikers. So who do you think?
You should know by now. Rashi, Cavani, Mason Greenwood.
Rashi, Cavani, Mason Greenwood. That's
but just one more thing. I feel, I'm not sure whether you guys agree with me. They should give Bruno on the bench today and bring Van der Beek in. I don't know. I just feel that would be a good move.
Not this game, Dinesh. I feel not this game. Not Everton. Okay. Maybe next week with WBA. Next week with WBA. Yeah, why not? Okay, but not this game.
Correct. But just that. Maybe. Just
Dinesh, to answer your question, against 10 men leading 4-0, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did not do it. You think against Everton he will do it?
No, I just said maybe he should.
Unless Tsunami fits, then he might.
But guys, let's be honest. Bruno Fernandes was, prior to the Southampton game, he was also quiet. He was quiet for a couple of games.
Agreed. Yes.
So I hope if he can build a comfortable lead today. Example, maybe a 3-0. If you're up 3-0, please just take up Bruno.
I think many of them want Bruno to play. He's the captain.
Bruno is my captain, bro. Bruno is my captain. I need him to give me points. But I feel Bruno, if you're having a comfortable lead, just take him out. That guy needs some rest. Take him out and give VDB a decent time. If by 60th minute we are up 3-0, please just take him out. Give VDB a chance to.
Won't happen. To answer you that, please read the comment below by JJ. Thanks for watching again. Staying on the show.
Okay.
It's not gonna happen, Dinesh.
Yeah,
I don't know what, but Oli just loves his players, certain players, and he doesn't drop them no matter whatever happens. They can have off games, what games, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, you see, surprisingly, he took out Luke Shaw and Rashford, right, for the Southampton game.
Yeah.
So, and he didn't decide to rest Bruno at all. No idea why was
Could
that.
be
He
because of
should
this.
have-
Joel came out and said that dropping Bruno is a major risk. Play him. This first fitness is like part jigsaw. He can rest against West Ham and come on in second half. Park Jae-sung was double lungs, but Bruno, yes, this boy has game.
Yeah,
There could be
to answer your question about no, Bruno was having a couple of off games
5 games.
previously. Yeah, so but there are situations where he can change a game all of a sudden when sometimes you think, why the hell did he make that pass, right? Why did he do this? But suddenly he makes a good pass, so he's a game changer. I think in Ole's mind is that, right? Do I take him out? Of course, that 9-0 game he should have took him out at 4-0. Totally agree, right? But there are a lot of games that's very difficult to take him out, and I don't
But
see that
Ole-
happening.
I was
you know,
happy he didn't take
the
out him at
4-0
half time. I was happy he
Yeah.
didn't take him out half time because
Yeah,
the
because
second
your
goal-
fantasy league.
your points.
Exactly, I had my points.
Your fantasy league.
He's doing
Yeah,
famous for
he's
fantasy, you know.
But
He's my
coming
captain
back
too.
to your fantasy points, is it due to that? Because you see, first half, Bruno, in very honest too, Bruno did not have a very fantastic game
Yep.
in the first half. He inspired on the second half.
Correct.
So did Ole keep him to regain back his momentum? Because that boy was on a balanced spell of no assists, no goals.
Correct.
Yep. Possibly.
Yep.
That
But I
could be
possibly-
the reason why he was kept.
That could be the reason. Yep, that could be the reason
But I
because he
still
had
think-
2 assists with 1 goal. So yeah, it maybe helped him there. Yeah.
Yeah, because I still think that guy needs a break. Eventually, in the run of games, if you want to keep him fit for the last run, the last lap, you need to give him at least a game or two.
We
Maybe
can
the next game
for
or what.
6th of March lah.
Yeah, maybe West Ham. I think that's true because I forgot about the FA Cup.
Agree.
We got a
Because
FA
if you
Cup
see
meeting.
when he come in second half, right, he's a real game changer, I know. Because when Van der Beek, sometimes Van der Beek's playing, there's no creativity much and all that. When then he came in the second half, you can see a game changer there. Yeah, I will agree on that. I love that formation also. Yeah.
I think maybe against City because we will play deep, we will play defensive, so maybe we can put in all our 3 defensive midfielder and let Bruno be on the bench, come in second half. And let everyone go
But
defensive. United.
I have my reservation. I have my reservation about Greenwood starting. I think it wouldn't be Greenwood because he played a full 90. The last
Okay.
game, I think our number 9 will take the place.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
that's not battle
like
of
this.
brothers.
I like
I
this.
it looks like to be
When he
very
came on the show, he told, I'm going to screw this guy up today. I think nice guy.
Okay, let's hit the comments and see what they all have. Joel goes on to United winning 3-2. Close call. Ruben Sampson, thanks for watching, mate. Pogba to bring the momentum for United with enough rest, no mental fatigue, but fresh creativity. Okay. Hey, Jude is back. Jude, thanks for watching. Nice to have you back. United to Everton 3. Whoa. Away team winning. How are we there? We are good. Joel goes on names formation. Same back 4. Keeper. Oh, Bailey. Bailey is injured, so I don't think so. Fred, Pop, Bruno, Rashi, Cavani, Greenwood. See, could be a lot's going for that. Faris goes to United 3-1. Given goes to United 2-0. Rashford and Bruno. Oh, Faris has a feeling. Rashi,
He also not using
M9,
the name.
Greenwood.
Oh yeah, Cavani might be injured, right? After that game the other day.
Yes.
Nah. I don't
Okay.
think so.
He's not injured.
I think Faris is either delusional or what. A while he's 3-1, then he said United win 4-1 lah. Anthony Martial hat-trick.
I
Oh,
think
Yeah.
Farid was playing
Support
FIFA
this.
last night and he was very excited. He brought the scoreline here, but it's okay, bro. No worries. Whatever makes you happy.
so if Martial hat-trick, I think should we put him as triple captain for the week? Do you think he will deliver?
Let's go back to fantasy and just see how many percentage pick Martial, and you'll know whether it's triple captain or maybe the bench.
Fantasy is already closed, guys. You can't make any changes now.
Yeah, they just came out and said I missed FPL deadline. Thanks to you guys. There goes my fantasy game week. But I hope we kept you entertained, Jay, for you to miss it. Joel, Bruno off game, but he still turns up with some assists. He can change the game, but he too wants to play every game. You can see he gets man, we get substituted. Yeah, the boy wants to play 90 minutes in and out.
Yeah.
Yep, agree.
Dinesh, shall we start Marshall? He can maintain this goal scoring momentum. But everyone's on Marshall.
You see, I like Joel what he said. Perhaps. See, it's not confirmed. It's perhaps. Okay. So I don't want to be perhaps in this game. I want to be all gung ho in this game. So I rather put El Matador to start and give us some goals.
Okay, food for thought. If El Matador starts, doesn't score, Marshall replaces him second half and scores the winner, would you agree that he should start next week onwards?
No, it's nothing about me agreeing. At least he's justifying the pay he's getting. So maybe he should keep on doing that so that he can earn his place in the fans' heart to start the game.
Or he can continue to be,
I agree. Marshall.
or he can continue to be an impact player, come off the bench and win us the game. Fair enough. I'm okay with that.
Like the legendary number 20 we had last time. Huh? What do you think?
Correct. Exactly. Like Ole.
You were talking about impact player. Do y'all think Ahmad Diallo Traore will be making a debut as an impact player? Or
But
Not
I think
today.
he played last night, I believe.
Yeah.
He played last night in a 6-4
Not
win
this game lah. Not
Yeah,
this
with
he played
3 assists and 1 goal.
Yeah.
Not this game.
But I like this goal, the Panenka.
Very good goal.
Yeah, good. Very good.
What a goal.
that boy got confidence. Let's hope he comes back strong because we want to see him. We don't want him to be another Pelestre that goes out on loan. Need to play him. Whoa, Faris. Close to you. Everyone, if Marshall hat-trick, you need to cut like him. Yeah.
Let's be honest, which part of his hair you think can cut a bit more? Karena gunting rambut Ashes saja. Ashes saja bang. Apa mau gunting lagi? You kasi potong ni lah. But I think bro, I only can go botak after this.
Going Hey, it's buzzing over here. Okay, Marshall coming off. Substitute seems Aiden starting the game because he starts.
Exactly. I would agree that. Correct, Joel.
Joel is being hard. It's 10.5 versus 11 because he's still an individual there where we are having 11. 10.5. Let's be honest.
Now we know how he scored the other day because it was the same ratio of players playing.
Exactly.
Okay, coming back. Now I'm coming back to all of your predictions. Jivan, you going for a 2-1 victory, is it?
I'm going, wow, how did you predict that before even I said it? Yeah, well, that's nice. I was going to say 2-1, 2 goals to Rashford, 2 assists for Bruno. So my fantasy league will jump up points. Yeah, I got both of these players in my team this time. So 2-1 is
Rashford, 2 to Bruno. That's good. Selena, what about you?
I'm going for clean sheet 2-0. My scorer will be Bruno. And one more. I would love to see someone from the defense to score. So maybe I would like to see Harry Maguire scoring from a corner kick, heading in. Yeah.
2-0.
nice.
Yeah. 2-0. Yeah.
Clean sheet. Tough ask. Dinesh, what about you?
3-1 to United. I think Bruno will be on the score sheet. Pogba might get a goal. And I hope El Matador, if he's starting, please give me a goal. Not because of fantasy, but because I just need that guy to have the confidence back, being a top striker.
3-1. Kabinesh?
Dominic Calvert-Lewin for Everton.
He's in your fantasy league, I assume?
No, I sold him off.
Oh.
I'll go for 5-1, Vinod. I'll go for 5-1 because I think the momentum from the previous game is going to be there.
5-1.
And you know what? I'm going for Anthony Martial. Yeah, I'm going for Anthony Martial. 4 goals.
Wow.
Not 3 goals, 4 goals. The first play to score 4 goals in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's reign. I'm going for Anthony Martial 4 goals. 5-1 final score.
5-1.
Provided Anthony Martial starts, of course. I think if he's coming on a second half start, probably won't have the time. But if he starts the game 5-1, he scores 4.
Okay, since you said start, I'm going to give you 2 predictions. Your 5-1 if Anthony Martial starts.
No, my prediction is still 5-1 regardless whether he starts. If he starts, he scores 4. If he doesn't start, probably he will just chip in 2, I think. but it's still 5-1.
All right. I mean, let's just run through the comments quickly. Nathan, thanks for watching, mate. Diallo had 3 assists in a game last time against Blackburn. Can't wait for debut. Yes, we are waiting for it. Joel, wow, Kabi just near this wide open wide. Dinesh face says it all. Dinesh, are you up for the challenge? AM
Okay, let me
for
tell you. Let me tell you this.
on you
Let me
soon.
tell you this. Let me tell you this. If that
Okay,
really
guys,
happens,
let's make it fun. If
I'm done.
Marshall scores 4 goals, we will have a 1-to-1 session with Dinesh.
No problem. No problem. No problem. I mean,
Same.
since Burma, nobody has did more than 3 goals since Burma, so I don't know.
Steady lah, Kabinesh. Joel,
But is Kabi including the own goals or not?
laugh a bit lah, Dinesh.
Is Kabi including the own goals or not?
No own
No,
goals.
we don't need own goals, bro. No own goals. We need to win the game. No own goals.
I think Dinesh were texting his family group and say, bro, can you please don't do this kind of prediction?
Oh yeah, to those that are watching, guys, don't sure, Kabinesh and Dinesh are brothers, but they are both Kutub Utara, Kutub Selatan when it comes to Anthony Marshall way.
No, I think my
only
brother
Anthony
is
Martial.
sentiments. Playing mind games. Kabi is playing mind games with me.
Okay, guys, to those that watching, before we sign off the show, we have something for you from Selena.
Oh yeah, before that, Dinesh, what's your prediction?
We come last to it. Let's give them the view of the show.
Okay.
Guys, remember, we not got a prediction. Remember this. Okay.
Okay, guys, so I'm going to have, before we end the show, I'm going to call my niece here. So she has a performance for us. This is especially for Ole, I would say, for those who has actually had doubts on him from the beginning of time he has signed. So I think we have seen the progressions. We are here at number 2nd. So I think this is a dedication for for Ole. Sosha, hold on. Okay.
Hi guys, let's sing together. You are my Sasha, my other Sasha. You make me happy, Escas and Grey. Bruno Fernandes, you are the mask. Please don't take my Sasha away.
Yo, that's a good one.
You know what?
Very good.
That kid I admire. You know why? Because she has faith in the manager. Respect.
Yeah. Thanks, Serena. You've molded her really well. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good one.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Send my-
Prashad.
send my-
Everybody sing.
Send my love to her.
Yeah.
That was very
Thank you.
nice.
Tell her one day we want her to have one. We hope she goes up and comes on the
Yeah.
show. Dayum, that cutie just puts a lot of smile for us United fans. Thank you, sweetheart. Yes, she did. That was very heartwarming.
Amazing.
Well, Marshall scores for goal. Dinesh has to release a video apologizing to Marshall. We might see that next week. Let's go.
No problem.
Captain
Because I
just-
know he won't.
Nice. Captain goes, I'm gonna snap this video is gonna go viral. Devil stand rock. Footy talk. Yes, devil stand rock. Footy talk.
Thanks, Cap.
Thanks, Cap.
Thanks, sir. I mean, Selena, I guess she's on hot demand. Snapshot once in All United show.
Yeah, sure, no problem. I will demand Singapore currency.
Joel, you don't answer that, Joel. But you know what? Asin, you know how to cow team. Hey guys, to those that watching us, I mean, thanks so much. We hit 2 hours. It's going to be almost 2 hours, but I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We kept you entertained. We kept you informed. Watch us back next week. But before we end the show, I just need all your help again. Thank you for watching us. But do like, subscribe, and follow our page. Go to our YouTube page, subscribe to it, and hit the notification button so that you get all notification from it. It's under FOOTYtalk.my. We're on Instagram too and Facebook. And tomorrow Cop Talk will be back. It's under our network too. They'll be back on 5:30 show. We have rumors as it, which we played last week. They'll be coming back next week. And Footy Talk, all football talk show will also be back next week, Tuesday, 9:30. Hope we kept you all entertained. Keep watching. Keep subscribing to the page. And Selena, before I end the show, you asked my scoreline, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cloud-9, 9-0 I'm going. I assume we were fantastic last week. Confidence were high. The team should not have any problem playing against 11 men, keeping the same scoreline, right?
Wow, 9-0, is it?
Alright, wow.
Wow.
Good one.
We are not in Cloud-9. We know it's in Cloud-9.
Vinod
Yeah,
is still
I
in
think so.
Cloud-9.
He took a
Absolutely.
late flight. He still haven't dropped back yet.
Haven't got back lah, because if we were confident to take down that, should be. I mean, it won't be 9-0 lah, but I think it'll be a 4-1 game lah, objectively lah.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. We're signing off. Have a great show. Football starts soon. Enjoy the week. Have fun. Stay safe. Take care. We're not signing off with the whole crew of Jeevan, Serena, Kabi, and Dinesh. Ciao guys.
Ciao,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Bye.